What's going on, guys? It's your boy Tor. We're back for another video. Today we're doing a tier list focusing in on Ichigo Kurosaki. I was kind of bored and figured, you know what, might as well do something that I haven't done in a while. And so, there's a billion Ichigos in the game, so we might as well go ahead and do him first. We're gonna go ahead and rank these Ichigos based off usability in the game, right? How good they are and how useful they are nowadays. It's not anything else, right? It's just off what I think are the best Ichigos to use in the game. So with that said, we're gonna start off with tier D. So let's get to it. First up, we've got original white Ichigo. He's just not that great anymore in terms of gameplay, and that goes for all of these. All the characters down here, the biggest thing is just their gameplay, right? Holified Ichigo, the one at the very end, you can look at his skills and think, hey, he's not that bad, but then you use him and he has pretty horrible range on most of his attacks. So all in all, these characters down here, main reason they're there is just they're very old, or they were never really meant to be all that great. For example, Frenzy Ichigo, he's just a link, if that. And then the OG original Ichigo, the ultimate all-rounder that basically is complete garbage. But all in all, yeah, again, they're just older, so that's why they're not going to be all that great. Tier C, these are characters that I also just I was having a little bit more of trouble like ranking these characters, right? Dangai Ichigo, he's the original form, right? When he first came out, he was pretty good. But the thing about him is just, again, he's a little older, and in terms of gameplay, right, he has pretty cool, decent, strong attacks. I still feel like he should have been a frenzy character with strong attack damage output and some higher NAD damage output that he could possibly have because of his high attack. But all in all, man, he's just kind of outdated, man. That's the main thing about him. He's outdated and his range isn't the greatest. Vastalord Ichigo, same thing, really old, like 3 years old now, 3 or 4. And the thing is, right, he was good at one point, but over time there's just a lot better options, and in terms of usability, they're not that great. The only one that's the most recent here is second anniversary Ichigo. Thing about Ichigo is once he gets resurrected, right, in the future, he has the potential of going up a spot or two. Reason for that is because his current kit right now isn't the greatest due to the fact that his second is a melee attack, and that holds him back big time, right? You literally use him in a run and you'll have trouble with guard break due to the fact that his melee second strong attack holds him back due to him being a ranged attack unit through his NAD and the rest of his attacks. All in all, man, these characters are decent to use here and there, but I would definitely not suggest using them. There's definitely better options. Next up, we've got B tier. These characters are still usable, man. Still usable, and characters that are, still have a good use in the game, We've got Fullbring Ichigo, a character that changed the game, man. This is one of those characters that I can just remember very clearly being one of the game changers just a few years back. To this day, his kit is one of the most desirable kits you can look for in a character. A lunge attack with a beam for a second strong attack and a full screen third. The only thing that would really hold him back nowadays is the fact that he doesn't have the highest damage output due to the fact that his stats are outdated. But all in all, man, an awesome character. I would definitely suggest having you guys go ahead and use him and bring back that nostalgia, because honestly, man, I tried to use him like a week ago and he's not that bad. Tag Team Ichigo, same thing. He's a little more recent than Fullbring Ichigo. Has a really good vortex, one of the longest lasting vortexes. He was one of the best Guild Quest characters, but still a really good usable character. Movie Ichigo 1, really good strong attacks and really good kit. He's a 14 recharge time link, which makes him even better. White Ichigo, a really useful character. Like I said, really nice kit. Same thing as Fullbring Ichigo with that lunge, and then the second is a beam. Third is, I don't know if it's nearly a full screen, but it gets everything around him. Really cool character still. So as soon as I actually unlocked or put the A rank characters in there, I realized I put Hellverse Ichigo in the A rank on accident. He's a C rank character, really underwhelming from the moment he dropped. He's not that great. The only reason he's above tier or D tier is because although his range on his NAD attacks is completely garbage, he still has decent damage output, unlike these characters down here, and he kind of looks cool. But I mean, he's also a 25 NAD link, so he's still useful, right? But back to A rank, these are the characters that I decided to go with. Like I mentioned, this is probably the more controversial part, but again, let me go ahead and tell you and explain to you why I feel like these characters are in A rank. So Desert Society Ichigo, really decent character. He's ranged and he has flurry. So those two combinations are usually going to be pretty good, right? He has a healing strong attack for his second strong attack, which personally I don't think that's very useful in today's meta, right? So that's the one thing that kind of doesn't matter about him, and I guess that was the one kind of unique thing about him. If it was a boost, that would have definitely moved him up a spot most likely. But yeah, he's a decent character with flurry. If you don't have him, or if you have him, you'd notice that he's pretty good. Definitely a good unit to have for the technique attribute. You've got speed, anniversary, or no, New Year's Ichigo, I should say. He came out about a year ago or so, and he's actually a freaking awesome character. I personally really like his gameplay. His first is great. Second is not the greatest. That one has the 3 arrows going outwards, but main reason for him being this good is that he's so useful in Senkaimon. He's a 14 recharge time link, and again, he has really decent gameplay, man. Outside of that second, his NAD, his first and third is amazing, and then he has an awesome special. Really good character. Holified Ichigo here. This one was, I was debating on where to put him. I was thinking B, but I ended up going with A just because he's not the worst character ever. He's a flurry unit, so most times if you have flurry in general, you're just going to be good in terms of damage output. He's useful in PvP, right? He's not the best PvP character, but he's, maybe top 10, so he's decent there. And overall, he's available in a few Senkaimon floors where, others might not be available. So he's actually not that bad. Why did Ichigo here? I decided to go with him at A rank. He has a really nice kit. He has a 25 sad link. That's the only thing that's kind of unfortunate, right? If he would have had a recharge time link, he might have possibly gone up another rank. But pretty damn good character, man. He looks really cool. Special is insane if you haven't already seen it. All in all, pretty damn good overall character. And then the next one, we've got Bond Ichigo. He's actually really good, man. I feel like he's one of the more underrated forms of him in the game, just because he doesn't have flurry and he doesn't have frenzy, but he has really high bruiser. I believe it's like 50% bruiser, and the fact that he's been out for a while now, man, there's like, for example, me, I've got him duked out. I think he's a really good character. NAD string is great. He's ranged, and good strong attacks for crowd control. Decent character overall, man. And the last spot here on the A rank is 1000 Year Blood War Ichigo, the first version we got in the game. Damn good character. He's got a vortex for a second strong attack. It doesn't last all that long, but a pretty nice kit overall in terms of strong attacks for crowd control, like I mentioned with the Bond Ichigo, and he has flurry. Only thing that sucks is that he has a shitty killer, which I believe it's either a spot. Yeah, it's a Spada actually. It's a Spada killer, so it's not that great, but a good damn character and a really cool looking character as well in terms of gameplay in the game. Last but not least, we've got S tier. This is the tier of all the tiers, man. The best of the best forms of Ichigo. And the first one we're going to start with is Mugetsu. This Mugetsu here, man, is so good, dude. So good. He's got that kit that, like I mentioned earlier with Fullbring Ichigo, he has that perfect kit. Lunge attack as a first. Second is a beam. Third is a full screen. Really cool character, man. He looks really cool, right? And his damage output is insane. He has, I think, like either highest or second highest SP in the game. He's the first of its kind to have I believe 2 killers of Hollow and no affiliation. Really good character, man. He also has a skill where he recovers stamina. All in all, man, he's so good. He's one of the most used characters in the game, and it's for a good reason, because he's just insanely good. Awesome. And it's Mugetsu, so of course he's gonna be insane, right? Next up, we've got one of the more recent Ichigo forms to come in the game. It's the Fierce Battle version of, the OG version of Ichigo, and goddamn, this Ichigo is insane. I was fortunate enough to fully transcend him, because when he first came out, I was able to get 5 copies of him, and he is insane. I can tell you that. From experience, he's just insane. He has the transformation mechanic in which once he uses his special, his strong attacks and whatnot just recharge or reset, I should say. And he even has higher mags. He's just insane, man. He also has a really useful skill in which he hits hidden enemies at 100%. Really love him, man. Highly suggest summoning for him whenever he comes back, if he ever comes back. And yeah, definitely recommend transcending him. Awesome unit, really cool, and he's gonna be insane in Guild Quest when he gets his turn. And last but not least, we've got Ichigo, the Bankai form for 1000 Year Blood War. We ended up getting him, it's been like about a year or maybe even over a year now. And this character is really good, man. I feel like we kind of all forgot about him, but the fact that he is still like one of the better characters is insane actually, because he's got a really good kit. Same thing, first lunge attack. Second is actually a transformation boosted strong attack, which is insanely good. Really cool. I think he's like the only one that transforms through his second strong attack, or through a strong attack in general, right? He has a third in which is a full screen, and he's just overall really good. Again, kind of one of those characters we've kind of forgotten about. I personally think he's insane still, and he is definitely in the S rank tier for me. For some, he might actually be A rank. I was kind of debating. I mean, for me, I would feel more comfortable putting him in between there, but I think he's leaning more towards S rank, so that's why I put him in there. But with that said, man, that's basically all. That's all the Ichigos as of now. This is how I feel they rank and how they place in the game. Let me know what you guys think down below. Where would you put or change, a form of Ichigo in my list? And also, yeah, let me know who you would like me to do a tier list next on. I can't really do it for a lot of characters due to the fact that I'm not about to do a tier list on a character like Ukiura, where he has like 5 forms in the game. It has to be someone that's got a lot of forms in the game. Appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for watching. Comment down below who your favorite form of Ichigo is. And with that said, catch you on the next one. Peace out.